Perek Gimel, Mishnah Dalet. The Mishnah continues following the previous with other examples where immediately the city would have the most severe fasts that we mentioned in the first perek. V'chein, and similarly, Ir sheyesh bo dever oimapilis, a city where there's a plague, a natural plague, pestilence, oimapilis, or buildings, walls collapsing. The Bartanura explains these are good walls, sturdy walls which had collapsed. Tiferes Yisrael mentions that there'd been an earthquake. Oisoir, that city that had these two examples mentioned, and we'll return more about these, the plague, Mis'ano umasras, such a city would fast and also have the sounding of the shofar, the most severe fasts, as we mentioned in the first perek. V'chol sviboseha, and all the cities surrounding this city, as the Tosis Yontav mentions, kadei lishtatev, to join in the tsar, the pain, ulavakish rachamim aleim, and also to beseech Hashem for rachamim for this city that had been hit. The surrounding cities, mis'anos v'lo masrios, they would fast, but they wouldn't be having the severe fast, they wouldn't have the shofar sounded too. Rabbi Akiva says, as he did in the previous Mishnah, masrios v'lo misanos. As on Rosh Hashanah, they would be sounding the shofar, but they would not be fasting. But for the same reason, to show that they are mishtativ, they're joining in into the tsar, the pain of the city that has been hit. The Mishnah concludes, Eizehu dever, what is considered this unnatural plague, this unnatural pestilence? How can it be defined in numbers? Says the Mishnah, Ir hamuitzio Chamish Miois Ragli, a city, for example, that had 500 healthy, able-bodied men. V'yotzu mimenu shloisha meisim b'shloisha yomim, and 3 people of these healthy, able-bodied men died over 3 days, 1 each day. Unnatural. Zeh achazeh, Harezeh deva, this would be considered deva, 1 per day. And the Gemara explains that the same ratio is taken if the city is larger. For example, if there were 1,000 able-bodied men in the city, healthy people, and then each day over the 3 days, 2 people are dying. Harezeh deva, this would be considered deva. Pochus mikan, if less than this 3 people per 500, as mentioned in the Mishnah, less meaning over a shorter period of time, it's not spread over 3 days, but it's perhaps not just on 1 day, 2 days. Ein zeh deva, that wouldn't be deva. Similarly, pochus mikan, as the Tosis Yontav explains, Pochus mikan could be less than this, meaning they would be dying, but not over 3 days, maybe over 4 days. Then this would not be deva. Similarly, if less than 3 per 500 were dying, this would not be considered deva, meaning this would not be considered a divine plague coming from Hashem against the whole city. And therefore, if it was less than this proportion, 3 per 500, then this would not warrant the whole city having this severe fasts as mentioned in this Mishnah. This concludes the Mishnah.